Okay. Magandang araw sa inyo mga kabansa. Kayo ay nasa Iparas kay Paras. At ito ay ng lingkwalado pagbubungad ng pagbati para sa ating sekretary.
Magandang hapon po uli mga kababayan. Ito na naman po tayo dito sa Iparas kay Paras. At tumitindi ngayon ang war of words.
Rush na rush ito.
Between the government of Marcos versus the lonely but lovely Vice President of our Republic. So, masyado nilang nilalait ang dati nating Pangulo. Imbis na maawa sila dahil kinidnap na nga nila, umahanap na lang nga ng sariling lakad para lang maibsan ang pasakit sa kanya. Hindi na nga niya tinitira ang gobyerno. Pero lalo pang binabaon si President Duterte ng mga minions ni Marcos Jr.
At
isa nito, itong ating Secretary ng Department of Justice, with due respect, kaibigan natin yan, pero siguro kailangan maging prangka tayo sa ating reaksyon kung may saysay ba yung mga sinasabi. Unang-una, ito po yung sinasabi niya tungkol sa interim release ni Duterte. Bakit naman hindi mo payagan? Kung sa ating bansa, mga kababayan, mayroong bail. Even the heinous crime perpetrators are even entitled to bail under the Constitution. It says, when the evidence of guilt is not strong, you can apply for bail. Itong interim release is just tantamount or equivalent to a bail because wala namang bail sa ICC. So, by analogy, this is a reprieve. Total, in-explain naman, pinakita naman ng abogado ni President Rodrigo Duterte na walang threat of flight, walang threat for him to abscond. How can an 80-year-old abscond? Or escape?
May sakit pa.
So, dapat nga sana, isang Pilipino, niyari nyo na nga, tinapon nyo sa ibang bansa. When in fact, the Philippine government has always been, during the time of Duterte, has always been taking care of Filipinos na nakasala sa yung si Balabagan, yung si kung sino-sino nakasala doon sa abroad, kinukupkop ng Philippine government. Pero ito kabaliktaran, isang Pilipino tinapon natin. Tapos ngayon, kunting awa lang sana, lalo pa nating we are adding insult to injury. At tingnan mo itong sinasabi ni Secretary Rebulla na babawalan pa nila na bahala na dapat ang ICC. Bakit mo tutulungan ang ICC na mag-decide? Itutulak mo pa na ang ICC ay hindi bigyan si Duterte ng interim release. Ito, pakinggan natin.
Let's start first with the ICC prosecution strongly opposing former President Duterte's release, his interim release request to his chosen country. Does the DOJ, does the Philippine government have an official stance when it comes to Duterte's request?
Well, we don't think that it is an appropriate request. I think that the case should be heard as soon as possible, and that there may be more harm than good that will come out of it if that request is granted by the court. And the court itself knows that it took a lot to be able to bring him before The Hague, before the ICC, and it's not going to be easy to bring him back in case they lose possession of him or custody of him. So I think it's better that we just hear the case with him present in the proceedings.
Secretary, what do you believe are the risks if the court grants Duterte an interim release? Because they claim that he isn't a flight risk. Because of his age, for example, he needs the necessary medical care. So there's a chosen country, but the ICC prosecution has said, we would agree, but not to that country. So they have another country that's been redacted. We don't know these countries. But overall, what is the risk of having Duterte released to a country?
Number one, is it practical or necessary to get him released to another country? The way I look at it, the best medical care is already available in the Netherlands. And moving him might even cause a few more adjustments that will not be good for him. So let's just wait for the case to be heard, and let's just stay put where he is right now. I think that's the best thing that can happen in this case.
Napaka harsh and naman ito si Boying. Hindi ko naman akalain na ganun ito dati. He was my Vice Illustrious Fellow when I was in Upsilon Sigma Pi. And I never expect that he will be that, ano bang tawag niyan, pare? Napaka-heartless.
Vicious.
I don't believe that the interim release of President Duterte will do more harm than good. It is good for the country because a lot of Filipinos who are so busy doing things in support of Duterte, mahinahon sila, makapagbalik sa trabaho, Duterte makapagpahinga. After all, the hearing is still in September. So, anong rason na hindi nyo, even people who have committed the heinous crime can even have a bail. If the judge feel that he is not a flight risk. So, why should the Philippine government be the one that would be the villain in the interim release? Kaya, mga kababayan, sana maghunos dili ang ating butihing DOJ Secretary.
Ako nabulat na nag-comment pa siya dyan eh.
Oo.
Kasi ang presupuesto was established by Bongbong Marcos calling for reconciliation.
Yeah.
Nilalabas na niyan, vindictiveness. No?
Hindi na nga yan, ang hiniling ng karamihan ng taong bayan, bring him home.
Hindi ka na nga nakikinig.
Ito nga, hindi na nga i-bring home.
Pakita mo nga yan.
Ha? Ito, bring him home. Hindi na nga yan ang hiningi ni Duterte, not bring him home. Bigyan mo lang ako ng country, Luxembourg, or malapit na karatig na country. Basta makapahinga lang yung tao. Payat na payat na. Bakit mo pa? Alam mo, pakinggan muna natin ang response naman ng ating Vice Presidente sa kanyang response naman sa heartlessness ng ating DOJ Secretary. Hindi ka naman ganyan, brother. Bakit mo naman masyadong dilidiin ng husto ang ating dating presidente? Nung magkasama tayo noon, palong-palo ka naman kay Digong. Nung nandoon tayo sa Speaker's Office, why are you so showing hatred to the former president? Ano bang ginawa niyang masama sa'yo na kusang loob mo? Si Marcos na nga, makipag-reconcile nga. At sinasabi ni Panelo, na wala namang authority na makapag-reconcile lang daw si Duterte pag inuwi. Walang ganon. Duterte is not saying anything. He just wants a peace of mind. He just wants to be healthy prior to his hearing in The Hague. So, ito po ang sagot ni Vice President Sara doon sa very harsh treatment sa kanyang ama.
Pinasaringan ni VP Sara ang mga hakbang ng Department of Justice kaugnay ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa kaso ni former President Duterte sa ICC.
So is he saying, as a Justice Secretary, that our courts are not competent to hear cases of crimes that were allegedly done inside Philippine territory? So sinasabi ba niya na yung mga huwes natin ay walang alam compared to sa huwes ng ICC? Anong ibang term nung? Ayoko yung stupid kasi masyado siyang, gusto ko yung maganda pakinggan pero bobo, intellectually challenged. Yan, sa ganda yan, no? Yeah, sige. Okay, masasyan! Yan ang gusto natin. Intellectually challenged. Ang move na sasabihin mo as Justice Secretary na hindi ka na lang mag-iimbestiga o magpurso ng kaso at ibibigay mo na lang yun sa isang foreign jurisdiction. Nakaka-insulto yun as a Filipino, lalong-lalo na sa mga huwes natin, sa judges natin. Nakaka-insulto siya. Scapegoating. Nakita mo, wala silang plano para sa mga tao na nadidelikado yung buhay sa loob ng Middle East, pero may plano sila para sa mga witnesses kuno ng kaso ng kalaban nila sa politika. So nakikita mo yung ginagawa nila at parang bang sa kanila intellectually challenged tayong lahat na parang hindi natin naiintindihan kung ano yung totoong nangyayari. So isa yan, may pera ka, meron ka palang airplane para mag-haul ng witnesses papunta sa The Hague, pero wala kang pera, wala kang airplane at wala kang plano para mag-haul ng mga Pilipino galing sa Middle East. At isa pa dyan, as a sovereign country who already withdrew from the ICC, we are not obliged to cooperate with the ICC. Ito yung isa din sa mga example na nakikita nyo na hallmark ng administrasyon. Meron silang sinasabi ngayon, tapos iba yung gagawin nila. And parang sinasabi na lang doon sa part na nagsinungaling sila, hindi nila ina-acknowledge na nagsisinungaling sila. And the best example niyan is magsasabi ka na 20 pesos ang kilo ng bigas. Tapos noong ikaw ay nanalo ay hindi na, wala na, nakalimutan na yung 20 pesos na ang kilo ng bigas. Tapos meron kang half-hearted effort para lang sabihin na na-comply mo yung sinabi mo at promise mo, ay gagawa ka ng 20 pesos na kilo na bigas na lahat ng tao nagsasabi hindi pwede kainin, hindi good for human consumption at hindi siya available sa lahat ng mga tao. Pili pa yung pwedeng mag-access ng unfit for human consumption na 20 pesos na kilo na bigas. So yan yung example. Yan yung example.
Well, that's the brightest statement coming from our Vice President, our head of the opposition. And comment ko lang doon sa issue na it will do harm. It will do more harm than good kung bigyan si Duterte ng interim release is really a lot of bull. It's politically motivated. It's highly a political move because kung bigyan nila si Duterte, natatakot sila kung nasa labas si Duterte, makapagsalita siya. He will be able to appeal to the whole world. So yun ang kinatakot nila na pagka nagsalita na si Duterte and mga tao kung saan man, ilalagay mo sa Luxembourg, ilalagay mo sa Japan, ilalagay mo kung saan ang pumapayag, the Filipinos will flock there. And it will create commotion in that country and it will be heard all over the world. Because this guy will now be able to tell the whole world that he was maligned, he was molested, he was kidnapped and everything. So, yun ang sinasabi lang, it will do harm than good. Na dapat talaga ang tunay sana that it will do harm, that it will do good than harm is for this guy to be given a chance as a former president, a patriotic Filipino, a Filipino who will die for the country, bigyan man lang nila sana ng chance.
And is loved by many.
Na makapahinga, na magkaroon ng doktor of his own, magkaroon ng mga medisina, magkaroon ng fresh air, and so on and so forth. Yun lang ang hiniling.
Tawag dyan,
Jan, it will not be harmful for any Filipino unless the government is so afraid of the repercussions, political repercussion. Yun po ang totoo, mga kababayan.
Kasi ang potential na maging isang Nelson Mandela yan.
Yes.
Pag umuwi dito.
Oo. Pangalawa, yung sinasabi naman ni BP Inday na bakit naman tayo pa ang parang pinapalabas na tayo pa ang tutulong ng mga testigo, at who are the witnesses we're talking about? There are only 49 cases. Ang sinasabi nila 30,000. Ang sinasabi nila 6,000. In fact, during the hearing ng Congress, yung isang babae, di ba, nag-testify, sabi niya there are
Secretary ng Justice.
There are 7,000 na tinurn over ng police sa kanila.
To be exact, 6,732.
Oo, and anong sinasabi ng babae? That they are already forming a task force to investigate. So why are they saying now, sinasabi ni Inday Sara, bakit natin ilagay si Duterte doon sa foreign country, foreign jurisdiction, when sinabi na naman ng DOJ na may 7,000 na ng mga sinasabing extrajudicial killings na pwedeng imbestigahan dito sa ating bansa. So, that's exactly why our Vice President has made that statement. So, kayo po, mga kababayan, timbang-timbangin nyo kung hanggang kailan tayo makapag-pasensya dito sa mga kabulastugan ng ating gobyerno. Yun lang po, mga kababayan.
Okay. Huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe dito kay Paras at i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat po.
Paras kay Paras. Magandang hapon po.